Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Have you ever wondered why taking a supplement that everyone talks about and swears by that you need, and it backfires? You feel puffy, you feel like you're retaining water, you're constipated, you don't digest your food, you're nauseous, all the things. And you're thinking, well, this is supposed to be good for me. I'll just keep taking it. Let me clue you in. When you're bloated, you're constipated, that's a sign your body does not like it. So we're going to get into why personalized supplementation is necessary. Welcome to Accelerated Health with Sara Banta, the show where we cut through the noise, fast track your journey to real lasting health. I'm your host, Sara, certified nutritionist and founder of Accelerated Health Products. Each week, I share the science-backed supplements, detox strategies, and wellness tools that actually work. Imagine that, so you can boost your energy, balance your hormones, feel your best from the inside out. So we're going to take a deeper look at genetic sensitivities, the modern toxins, this combustible environment that we're in, and how you can use targeted supplements, the ones that work with your body. Remember, your body is the miracle, to get to where you're wanting to go. And even these really amazing peptides can backfire on some people. So it's not just a one size fits all, like anything, right? Well, modern wellness is changing quickly, and we are having to be proactive with our health. Detox is no longer a fad. You have to do it on a daily basis, not just January 1 after New Year's Eve with that hangover. We have more toxins, more endocrine disruptors, more heavy metals, more inflammatory compounds, and our grandparents never had this stuff. Our parents never had this stuff. Our grandparents didn't have an obesity issue. They did not have a fatty liver disease issue, an insulin resistance issue, nothing like what we're seeing today. And that's why so many people are just so desperate, reaching for those GLPs, because they've tried everything else and it's not working. And I get it. It's not about willpower. It's not about, oh, I don't have the willpower my grandma had. No, that generation had no more willpower than us. Our environment is just hijacked and we are stuck. So you have to address your personal genetics, your detox pathways, your liver, your gut health, and your thyroid. And think about the environmental exposures and how we respond to the nutrients we're taking in. And by the way, our soils are depleted. We're not getting the nutrients even from our organic clean food if you're sticking to a strict diet. So let's talk about some of the genes. We've got variations in genes such as the CBS, the SUOX, the MTHFR, right? And I'm not going to get too sciencey. If you want the article, go to SaraBantaHealth.com. I get into more detail about each of the genes. But these genes decide if your detox pathways and your methylation can clear sulfur vegetables, sulfur supplements. What's in sulfur? Garlic, onions, I love those things. Cauliflower, cabbage, broccoli, DIM supplements, NAC, glutathione, MSM. These are supplements that people say we need. But if your detox pathways are not working, they can make you back up, retain water, constipated, bloated, brain fog. So these healthy things we're taking in could actually be making us feel worse. I'll never forget the day I was told I shouldn't have sulfur, and literally 3 pounds of inflammation and water just disappeared. That's how easy it is. Your body will tell you. So you have to listen and you have to become in tune. And then you also have these genes that determine whether you can break down oxalates. Oxalates are in kale, spinach, almonds, most nuts. Are you gluten-free and you're using almond flour, almond milk in your coffee, almond in your protein bars? not working for you, slowing down your thyroid, causing brain fog, causing urogenital disease, UTIs, bladder infections, things that you're not asking for. You're trying to do the right thing. And these genes also help you or make it harder for you to detoxify the environmental chemicals, neutralize free radicals, help with your inflammatory signals. And that wonderful thing we all went through, that pandemic, has made our histamine response even worse. People who had never had allergies before now have allergies, are more reactive to leftover foods, to avocados, to bananas, to bone broth, all high histamine. Those leftovers, even that good wild animal protein I tell you to eat, leftovers, it creates histamine. Beef jerky, even venison jerky that's organic, wild fed. Jerky's high histamine. Sometimes you might be able to handle it, sometimes you might not. You might just be able to take a supplement to help with the histamine response. It also affects the way we respond to the pathogens, viruses, bacteria, fungus. So there's so much, and I wish I could tell you it was super easy. But we're going to get into the supplements that actually help your body, and why at Accelerated Health Products I'm so adamant about not having fillers, toxins, heavy metals, mold, or bacteria in any of our supplements. None of our supplements have anything that will trigger the most sensitive person. And if you go back to listen to Raina O'Neill, all about lymphatic on my podcast, she is a perfect example that's super sensitive, has all of these genes just like me. We're salmon swimming upstream. We react to the minute little thing. And she's able to take the Accelerated Health products. So we're going to get into that part at the end. But oxalates. So when oxalates accumulate in the gut, the kidneys, joints, and the thyroid, they can cause joint pain, urinary discomfort, crystals or stones, kidney stones, high oxalate supplements, ascorbic acid, turmeric. Turmeric is what got me to have kidney stones. I've had 3 babies. I would much rather have a fourth than have another kidney stone. No fun. All your greens powders, your green drinks that you're taking in, look at what's in them. It's all the oxalates and the sulfur vegetables. Kale is like number 1. Spinach is there in there too. And then if you have mushrooms are high mold. Those could be making you worse. And my husband, he doesn't have gut issues, but he has sinus issues. So any inflammation in his body will show up in his sinuses. He can't take green drinks. He can't take a lot of supplements. And it's really interesting. He almost took a DIM supplement for estrogen balance. And DIM is full of those cruciferous vegetables. I warned him, and within 2 days, he had a migraine headache and was all inflamed in the head. Well, oxalates bind minerals like calcium, magnesium, and zinc, reducing the absorption of them and creating those hidden deficiencies, in addition to getting those crystals stuck in your thyroid, slowing down your metabolism and fat burning. And you're probably taking in that green drink, hoping it's going to help with your metabolism and fat burning, and it's backfiring. This means that even the supplements marked as healthy can drain your system if your oxalate pathways are sluggish. And the pandemic made that worse for everybody. Then you've got the sulfur sensitivity. This is affecting the CBS and SUOX genes. Those variations impact your ability to process sulfur and ammonia. And when these genes run too fast or too slow, you can experience headaches after eating the sulfur-rich foods or supplements, irritability, agitation, anxiety, on top of the anxiety we already have, bloating, brain fog, chemical sensitivity, worsening fatigue or sleep issues, and ammonia buildup. So this is why the supplements like NAC, glutathione, MSM, L-cysteine, heavy doses of the cruciferous extracts like in DIM can make you feel worse. And then you've got the detoxification and free radical clearance genes, the MTHFR, the DAO, the SOD2, the GSD. So detoxification doesn't just happen in the liver. It's genetically orchestrated across multiple pathways. It's very complicated. When the genes are compromised, you have a hard time clearing those environmental toxins, which we have so many more, break down your histamines, neutralize the free radicals, process the heavy metals that are even in our vegan chocolate organic protein powder, high levels of heavy metals. In our baby formulas, it was in the news. It's full of arsenic and other heavy metals. These powders, these drinks, these processed health foods are concentrated of the nutrients, which means the heavy metals and the toxins are concentrated versus eating the real food, which also has a lot more than we're used to. But still in those concentrated forms, it makes it even worse. So why genetics make healthy supplements backfire? They increase inflammation, irritate the gut lining, compounding our leaky gut issues, spike ammonia, stress the mitochondrial function. When our mitochondria are suffering, we suffer. When they die, we die. The whole anti-aging longevity trend that everybody's on is all about mitochondria. Instead of going for the peptides, which I'm not against, but let's start with the foundation first. Because those peptides, if our livers are backed up and our mitochondria is suffering, those peptides could stress out our liver even more or, backfire and we don't even know it. Same with hormone therapy. Our livers have to deal with those hormones or those exogenous shots or supplements. So we have to make sure our liver is working right. And these supplements can also drive that histamine intolerance, slow your detoxification, and then trigger the fatigue, rashes, headaches, weight gain, all the things. So why is proactive wellness no longer an option? Why can you not just detox and do a cleanse in January? Because of our modern world, it's changed. Endocrine disruptors. Your endocrine system is controlled by your thyroid, but it includes your adrenals and your hormones and your ovaries, all the things. So that's where your energy comes from, your fat metabolism, all of the things that run our system. And the endocrine disruptors are the phthalates, the BPAs, the plastics, the pesticides, the things that you hear about and you're thinking, well, they're in our United States, so the government must think they're okay for us. So we're okay. We don't need to really worry about it. It's just a buzzword. No, it's a real thing. Then you've got the halogens, the fluoride, chlorine, bromide. The fluoride's in our water, and even the government's trying to get it out. Those displace iodine. Iodine. You need iodine for your thyroid hormones, T4 and T3. Stands for 4 and 3 molecules of iodine. Problem is that iodine is no longer in our soils, just like all of the other minerals. Our soils are depleted. And so we have iodine down in our bodies, and we have these halogens or other toxins up. And every cell has an iodine receptor sites on them. When those parking spots are empty because we don't have iodine in our body, those other halogens, those other fluorides and chlorine go and park their spots in those spots and clog them. Breast cancer, iodine deficiency, bromide toxicity is a very common cause. So then you've got the heavy metals. Like I said, they're in our organic protein powders. They're in our green drinks. They're in our baby formula. Our poor little babies that are so precious and clean, they're getting pumped with toxins. Microplastics, amyloid proteins that drive neuroinflammation. Those amyloid proteins are now in our chicken, poultry, pork, even our turkey. Yes, in that Thanksgiving turkey. But these amyloid proteins don't get broken down by our livers. They disrupt our gut pathogens so they can trigger E. coli and salmonella and the other bad guys to take over the good guys in the gut. Might cause you bloat, might cause weight gain, and you're eating the skinny white meat and you don't understand. That's why I talk about wild animal protein. It's so important and your body just loves it. You'll feel different, I swear. Then you've got the ultra-processed foods. 70% of our diet is ultra-processed food. They weaken digestion and immunity. Even just with one meal, you'll cause leaky gut. Eating healthy, one meal of ultra-processed foods will cause leaky gut. That's where you want to make sure to take the gut supplements, the right ones, not the typical probiotics that could backfire. Probiotics are high histamine. That's why you want to focus on the spore biotics like Megaspore and Megapre and Megamucosa. Those will help make your gut more resilient to the times that you do have the ultra-processed foods. We've got air pollution and EMF exposure that is unlike any other time in history. I unfortunately just got the new cell phone, the new iPhone 17, and I can feel it when I'm holding it. If I hold my phone too long, I can feel my hands cramp and I can feel my vision get blurry and my brain hurt. Those EMFs, we can't see them, but they're doing damage. And the result, hormonal dysfunction, sluggish thyroid, poor detoxification, your immune system's taxed, chronic fatigue, and you don't understand why you're so tired. Weight gain out of nowhere, calories in, calories out. It's not making sense anymore. Your mitochondria are just suffering. So what do we do? This is where you need targeted diet and targeted supplements. The targeted diet, I have it down below, is the accelerated food guide I talk a lot about. The wild animal protein, the vegetables that don't have the lectins, the sulfur, the oxalates, the mold. And if you're in really good shape and your liver's doing well and you're running like a fine-tuned machine, can you eat some of these things? Yeah, you can. But if you are not and you're in a compromised position and your liver's backed up, you need to stay away from these foods. And the supplements that we're going to talk about have none of those ingredients we're talking about, have no fillers, have no toxins or heavy metals, mold, or bacteria like you'll find in other supplements. And don't get your supplements off of Amazon. I've done my own test. I've bought it from the company and from Amazon. The labels look different. The consistency of the supplement was different. There's so much fraud that you don't even know what you're buying. So, number one supplement that is needed for everyone to be proactive to feel your best is iodine, and that's the Accelerdyne iodine. So iodine deficiency, I mentioned, it's now one of the most critical blind spots in modern health. Fluoride in the water, brominated baking goods, chlorine in our pools, tap water, flame retardants, pesticides, even the microplastics all push iodine out of the thyroid, ovaries, breast tissue, pancreas, and brain. Did you know iodine deficiency is the number one cause for depression? Number one cause for mitochondrial failure. Remember how we talked about mitochondria? These anti-aging drugs are all about increasing mitochondrial health. Iodine is the foundation. Don't build a house on quicksand. You need the foundation first. Then you can play with the fun stuff, the peptides and the stem cells and all of that. Accelerdyne iodine provides a clean monoatomic scalar charged form of iodine, unlike any other iodine supplement on the market. And your body can actually use it. It's in that monoatomic form, which means one molecule of iodine, it goes into your body. It's looking to find its receptor site to plug in, close to 100%. Most iodine supplements are combined with another molecule that your weak body has to break apart and then use it. And the absorption is about 10 to 20% with the typical iodine supplement. Most iodine supplements also are coming from Asia, which have been contaminated by Fukushima. Same reason that you need to be careful with kelp supplements. Heavy metals, radioactive ingredients, not what you want. So what does iodine do? It supports the thyroid hormone function. That T4 and T3 cannot be made without iodine. It improves the metabolic rate and mitochondrial energy. Iodine is essential for that ATP inside the cell, inside the mitochondria. It helps clear out the halogens, kick them out of the cells and the heavy metals, and restores iodine real estate within the cells. You need iodine for that cell membrane. Has an iodo-lipid value, that iodine and fat value of the cell membrane that allows the toxins out and the nutrients in. So we can't even get the nutrients into our cells that we're taking in, that we're doing such a good job of eating properly, unless we have iodine supporting that cell membrane. It is also antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal, anti, all the things, antiparasitic. If you're on a parasite cleanse, you need iodine. It helps balance the hormones, especially for your breast, ovarian, prostate, and uterine tissues. It supports your brain, not only helps alleviate depression and anxiety, but clears that brain fog, wakes you up, helps with ADHD and focus. It helps with that iodo-lipid value, like I mentioned, on that cell membrane. And why is it safer than any other product, any other iodine product? No glycerin that's sticky, no cheap alcohol that slows down the absorption of the iodine or could even introduce other toxins, no heavy metals, no contaminants, no harsh molecular iodine that irritates the gut. You can even put it on your skin. Would you really want to put a glycerin on your skin? It's sticky and messy and thick, like molasses. It's not going to deliver the iodine the same. Number 2, I can't say it on this podcast. You can definitely read about it in the article, but this supplement devitalizes foreign pathogens, viruses, bacteria, fungus, parasites. It is the supplement that started Accelerated Health Products. And it is nanostructured, enhanced with scalar frequencies for your immune system. It helps support that immune system, reduce viral and bacterial load. It's so great, especially during the cold and flu season. And it does not kill good bacteria like antibiotics. And it pairs well with all detox cleanses. Tastes like water, super great for young kids, elderly who have a hard time taking supplements. And why is it cleaner than its competitors? Most commercial forms of this supplement contaminant have salts or proteins or stabilizers or large particles that cannot get absorbed. So that's number 2. If you want to know what number 2 is, DM below, say what is number 2. Number 3 is accelerated liver care. I talk about the fact that your body is not going to be able to deal with the HRT or the hormones or the, even if you're a guy taking testosterone, your body is not going to be able to deal with it unless your liver is able to metabolize it and clear it. And that's where the accelerated liver care comes in. The liver is the most overburdened organ in today's world. Over 50% of you have fatty liver disease. Over 25% of our children who should not be having any liver issues have fatty liver disease. This was once a disease only for alcoholics. That shows you where our world is. A sluggish liver affects your hormones, weight, mood, digestion, detox, and energy. And the formula includes therapeutic grade herbal extracts concentrated at levels like no other supplement out there. It helps support the liver regeneration, the bile flow, which is the detergent to get all those toxins out. Fat metabolism happens in your liver. Getting rid of the toxins happens in your liver. And it has no sulfur, no mold, no oxalate heavy ingredients that are found in the typical liver detox supplements. We have put in there cook tea, philanthus, tugka. You've heard of tugka, milk thistle. You've probably heard of that too. Andrographis, skullcap, and even calcium D-glucarate to help bind up the excess bad estrogens in your body. That's the supplement that helps replace the DIM that you may have been put on by a doctor or a practitioner that is full of those sulfur vegetables. It helps enhance the phase 1 and 2 detox pathways, improves that bile flow, supports your hormones, clears all of the pesticides, herbicides, plastics, heavy metals, helps your parasite and fungal balance, because when you're kicking out, if you're on a parasite cleanse or getting rid of candida, your liver's got to deal with all the die-off. And if you have die-off, you're going to get headaches or bloat or constipation temporarily. This will help clear it much faster so you don't have those symptoms. And why is it safer than other liver supplements? No oxalates, no sulfur, no mold, and no synthetic ingredients that stress the liver. Okay, this works so much better, and it helps your own body produce more glutathione. Compounds like NAC, glutathione, and DIM can actually backfire. Our bodies need glutathione, but taking it orally is unstable, it's ineffective, and it could back up the liver. Then you've got accelerated scalar copper. So copper is one of the most misunderstood minerals. It's absolutely essential, and modern farming practices, soil depletion, glyphosate, excess zinc consumption during the pandemic, and processed foods all deplete copper out of the body at an accelerated rate. What happens when you don't have enough copper? Your hair turns gray faster, your eyes lose their color, you can't lose weight. Copper is needed for fat burning. It's needed for ATP production. It's needed for collagen and connective tissue formation. Stop taking a collagen supplement unless you're taking copper too. You need it. You need that foundation. Remember, we're not building a house on quicksand. It helps with the iron regulation. Whether you're anemic or too high in iron, it helps manage your iron. It helps increase the thyroid activation, supports the conversion from T4 to T3, helps your immune system, helps the melanin and the pigmentation, your hair and your skin, and it's strong in antioxidant properties. So there's no harsh copper salts, no GI upset, no oxidative stress. A lot of copper supplements only have about 5 to 10% absorption, and a lot of them can irritate the stomach, cause nausea, aren't even really absorbed, and interfere with the zinc and trigger oxidative reactions. And that's where the accelerated scalar copper comes in, because it is close to 100% absorbed. It's clean. It's enhanced with the scalar frequencies. The frequencies are designed to help balance the copper and zinc ratio in the body and help with all of the things that copper does. So that's the accelerated scalar copper. Accelerated cellular detox powder. Like I said, detoxing is no longer a fad. It's no longer a trend. It's no longer a one-time in January thing that you do. And the accelerated cellular detox powder is gentle. It's designed for daily use. I do it every single day. I'm actually going out to dinner tonight. I'm going to take a double dose. I'm going to take a dose before and after, because you don't know what is in the food. And it helps soak up those toxins and even alcohol, and helps get them through your gut. Even it helps soak up the toxins that you're kicking out from the iodine and from the accelerated liver care. It combines micronized zeolite, human-grade diatomaceous earth, chitosan, which is a vegan form, organic triphala, organic slippery elm, and activated hardwood charcoal to bind all of the things, the heavy metals, the parasite die-off, the mold, the chemicals, the plastics, the pathogenic byproducts like the ammonia and endotoxins. Helps with your gut motility, so it will balance out whether you're having diarrhea or constipation. It helps balance that. It's safe for daily use. And why is it better than most binders? Most of them are too harsh or too narrow, or contain inflammatory compounds. And this formula contains everything that you need without anything you don't. Accelerated aminos. So I was taking the leading company's amino acid supplement, and I was retaining water, and I was bloated, and it was actually making me constipated. And I didn't understand why, because there was no calories in it. Well, they have fillers and ingredients that they were not putting on there, and I was reacting to it. That is why I came out with accelerated aminos. Super clean formula, but we added in some additional cofactor ingredients to increase the benefits, helping build the lean muscle, especially for us women, improve your recovery, support the mitochondrial function and ATP production, help balance your hormones, stabilize your blood sugar, and even support collagen synthesis. There's no fillers, no heavy metals, no oxalates, no dairy, no bloating, no digestive issues. So it has all 9 essential amino acids, but HMB helps prevent muscle from breaking down. Synactive is actually in a lot of anti-aging supplements. It is needed for mitochondrial renewal and increased ATP. Remember, it's all about the mitochondria. Estrogen increases absorption of the essential amino acids and all of your nutrients by 41% and helps heal the gut. It's a gut supplement as well as a muscle building protein supplement. TMG for methylation support, especially for those of us who with the MTHFR gene. OKG helps with the nitrogen balance. Orotic acid helps with your ATP production. So it is especially crucial for women over 40. We don't get enough protein. And we also have a harder time assimilating protein in our body than our younger versions of ourselves. Why? Because our livers aren't working as well. And it's really great for those of you who have digestive issues, who are vegan, who undereat their protein, athletes. It's great for my young girls that are doing sports, and it's also great for the men in their 60s and everyone in between. Now, to pair that, we just launched accelerated collagen peptides. So it's not just collagen, it's elastin too, elastin peptides. So most collagen supplements are contaminated, poorly absorbed, heat damaged, high in histamines. You might be taking a collagen supplement that you're high, that's reacting in your body and causing inflammation. Or they're sourced from inflamed animals fed grains or antibiotics, or from beef or pork that could be carrying prions. Have you heard the word prions? It's not something you want in your body, and it's been activated by the pandemic. This formula provides clean, highly bioavailable type 1 and 3 collagen plus elastin precursors. So not only is it giving you those collagen and elastin peptides, it has stuff in there to help trigger your body to make its own collagen and elastin. So type 1 collagen for skin, bones, and hair, type 3 for the gut, muscles, and connective tissues, elastin peptides critical for the elasticity, and ultra clean hydrolyzed peptides for the rapid absorption. So most collagens contain those fillers, low-grade cattle, that's where they're coming from, have the gums, the flavorings, the sweeteners, have poor peptide profile, and this one doesn't have any of that. And even the most sensitive humans that I've tested on, they don't react in a negative way like they do with all of the other collagen supplements. So I'm so excited. This one, the other thing that I've noticed is I don't change anything. I'm super boring. When I started adding it in and taking it before my workouts, I had more energy. And I thought, this is weird. Where's this coming from? And that was the only thing I changed. It really is a great complement to the accelerated aminos. So I wanted to stress today why it is so important to be very careful with the supplements you're taking. Your genetics have a lot to do with it, but the environment we're living in today has really made things a lot harder for us. So you can't just grab a supplement off the shelf and assume that it's good for you. And I'm a great example of that. I think God gave me a super sensitive system so that I could test these things and know what you would be reacting to, because I react to everything if there's something to be reactive to. So hopefully this was helpful, and thanks for tuning in. Would love your questions. I want to know your questions. Either leave them below or join the free group coaching on Telegram. Ask them there. Make sure you look at the articles on my website, and you can find all of my podcasts on my website as well, SaraBantaHealth.com. You can use coupon code podcast10 on your first order at acceleratedhealthproducts.com. If you love today's episode, hit subscribe, leave a review, share it with someone who is not getting the results they're asking for. And you can find this podcast and all of my podcasts on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, iHeartRadio, E360, Amazon, Roku, and over 100 different platforms. Remember, I'm live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So join me next time for more ways to unlock your health potential.